How many times a day should I say my affirmations? How many times a day should I say my affirmations? You don't have to do it at all. Okay, initially, yes. The first 1, 2, 3 times when you have gotten your list of affirmations down. So let's say there's one topic that you want to work on. Let's say it's your, I don't know, you tell me, put in the comments and tell me what is one topic that you really want to work on using affirmations. Let's say it's your relationship with money, for example. Write down your top 10 affirmations regarding money. Just pretend, okay? And yes, the first 1 to 3 to 5 times that you are still familiarizing yourself with these affirmations, because your affirmations should contain your goal. Your affirmations should contain your goal. So the first time you put in a goal, you might feel excited that, hey, this is the next thing that I'm working towards, right? My next 5K or my next 10K or my next relationship goal or my next whatever personal or family or professional goal. And you write down those 10 things that are your goals, that are what you want to affirm for yourself, right? So yes, the first 1, 3 to 5 times, you want to read it out loud word for word. Just maybe 3 to 5 times, and really connect with each word and feel the meaning, feel the emotion. Ask yourself, why do you even want these things? And once the connection has been made, you don't have to recite it anymore. I mean, you could if you want to, as a way to psych yourself up. But the reason why I don't advise just doing that is because affirmations don't work at the conscious level. It needs to be both at the conscious and the subconscious level. Now, at a conscious level, for you to be aware, conscious, connected, yes, go ahead and recite it 1, 3, 5 times, okay, or once a day. It doesn't matter. The important thing is, on top of that, you have to install those affirmations into your subconscious. And it doesn't matter how many times you say, if your subconscious, it doesn't accept your affirmations. And this is so important that I have to repeat it again. It doesn't matter how many times you recite your affirmations. It's just like all these books. You can read them all you want, but your life is not going to change if you don't internalize those information, if you don't absorb those informations into your subconscious mind, where your solar plexus is. That's where those affirmations need to go. And the reason it is so difficult for your subconscious to accept those affirmations, do you know who is the culprit? It's actually your conscious mind. That's right, because all of us, we have a conscious critic. We have a conscious critic. So every time you affirm yourself once, you say, I have an amazing relationship with wealth. I have an amazing relationship with money. It doesn't work consciously, because your conscious critic steps in immediately and is doing this to protect you, or it thinks it's protecting you because it fears change, right? It fears danger. So it comes in and say, no. Who are you to desire more money? Who are you to have this amazing relationship with wealth? Didn't you forget that when you were young, your parents said this and they did that and blah, blah, blah. So you should be stuck. Stay stuck. So for every affirmation that you do to yourself, your conscious critic, it steps in and it counters that affirmation. So what you want to do is you want to bypass, listen to this, you want to bypass the conscious mind by doing what Bob Proctor calls constant space repetition. You repeat and you space it out again and again and again and again and again and again and again. What is the reason for doing this? Listen to this clearly, okay? You want to tire your conscious critic. You want to tire your conscious critic. You want to overwhelm your conscious critic. You want to drown your conscious critic. When you are able to do that, you say, I'm wealthy, and then it comes in to counter. It says, no, you're not. At the same time, you go, I'm wealthy, I'm wealthy, I'm wealthy. Your conscious critic, it has its limits too, it has its weakness. So once you're able to bypass this conscious critic, everything from that point that you managed to do the bypass. So if you can still consciously listen to the critic, it means you haven't bypassed. But if you do it often enough until your conscious mind tires, and then it just goes straight in to your conscious mind, into your subconscious mind. Okay, so that bypass is the key, is the trick to opening up the floodgates so that all your affirmations go into your subconscious. It doesn't have anything to do with how many times you say it. It's the intensity, it's the frequency, it's the consistency of the repetition. It is the consistency. So you can say 1,000 times a day, for example. But if the next day you stop, the next week you stop, you are inconsistent, you are irregular, your subconscious is not going to go with the new beliefs. It's going to revert back to its default setting, which is your old paradigm, which is your old method of thinking, which is your old beliefs. That's why so many people are stuck, even after years, even after decades. They are still stuck because the old paradigm always wins. The old paradigm, it not only always wins, it will always do everything in its power to validate itself. It will create emergencies, random situations, unforeseen circumstances to make sure that you don't advance. That's why the consistency is key. There was once I was closing a 12K deal on the phone, okay? And it was my old microphone back then that had a button. I had made the close. The prospect had given me his commitment, and all I needed to do was to call him a couple of hours later and seal the deal. Okay? But guess what happened? I didn't press the button on the second call. So the prospect was like, hello, and I was like, hello, and the prospect was like, hello, Sean, are you there? And I was like, hello, can you hear me? And hello, Sean, and he hung up the phone. And I was never able to reach him again after that. And when I checked my microphone, I didn't on the button. Now, you might think it's a coincidence, you might think it's a stupid mistake, which it totally was, but let me tell you, what do you think happened? Why doesn't it happen to my peers? Why doesn't it happen to my teachers, my mentors? Why did it only happen to me? Because that's my paradigm. Taking action, that's my paradigm. Self-sabotaging myself. How many of you experience self-sabotage? This is just one example. The truth is, if my beliefs were in place, I would have called a prospect, followed up, and create for myself a winning situation. But I was too stuck in my own head. I didn't follow up. I thought the sale was lost. And looking back, today I know that it was my beliefs that were holding me back. And I was already using affirmations. I just wasn't consistent. So you have to be so consistent so that your conscious critic, it tires out, it gets overwhelmed, it gets drowned, and eventually it takes your side. The day that your conscious critic takes your side and joins you in the affirmation because you have been so consistent that it goes, oh yeah, you have an amazing relationship with money. Yes, you can do it. You deserve to have this, this, and that. That's the day where you become unstoppable, when your conscious critic is on your side. Now, I know this might be a lot of new information to take in all at once. So what I've done is I've created a simple 3-step cheat sheet that you can download and use and start testing right now. All you need to do is scroll down the video, go to the description, and click on the link, put in your name, put in your email, and download the cheat sheet. It is yours completely free of charge. I want you to begin testing, begin using, begin playing around with it, because affirmations don't work until you do. You can't just expect to plug in some affirmations and everything falls into place. No, you have to go out there and get your hands dirty. Okay, so I want you to scroll down, click on the link, put in your name, your email, and download the cheat sheet and start testing. And along the way, or even if you have questions right now, come back to this video, comment, put in your question, and in future videos, I will address your concerns. Okay, if you have a personal question, write to me on Telegram at Sean Sena, Seansena. Tell me who you are, where you're from, what you're currently struggling with, and what are your goals, okay? And then we can take the conversation further over there. If today's video brought you the clarity and inspiration you were searching for, remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, so every time I release a video on mind, you get notified. And if you know of a friend that's struggling with a lot of limiting beliefs, self-sabotage, emotional burdens, do him or her a favor, send them the link to the free cheat sheet, send them this video. You never know whose life you could change when you take an action as small as this. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.